What the fuck was that? You didn't think I was going to let the Yankees away with that easy, right? Huh? Yankified is back. That's right. Yankified is back like it's never left. Let's go. Hit the like button for those that are watching. Everybody hit the like button. It's mandatory. We got to talk about Williams. What happened there in that ninth inning? Everybody hit the like button. What is going on in the chat? What is going on, Yankee fam? What is going on with Williams? What was that? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. People in the chat, hit me up. We got to talk about this. We got to digest this. What on earth was that? Here I am watching my Knicks win a game beautifully. Let's go Knicks, by the way. Here I am, and I'm looking at the score, and we're up 8-4. Well, I'm like, oh, it's good. Turn it off. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll win. Then I heard like 2 minutes later that we tied the game. They blew it unbelievably. So after the Knicks game, I rewatched this ninth inning, rewatched the 10th inning, and I had to talk about it. What the was that? What the fuck was that? But I'm starting to think that we have a Williams problem, guys. I don't like his attitude. I really don't like his energy. I really don't like his energy. Did you guys watch his post game on the Yes Network? That dude has, I don't know, he looks disinterested. He looks like kind of got a, I don't know, he just looks like he's got a bit of an, I don't know. He seems like a bit of a douchebag, man. I'm sorry, I have to say it. He doesn't seem very likable at all. I was watching that interview and I'm like, does this guy even care? Just being honest. Anyway, hit me up in the chat. What do you guys think of what you just saw right there? Donald has a history of being bad in April. Yeah, right. Okay, I get that, but does that really excuse that? Tampa can't hit. They've got no hitters. They're an awful, awful offensive team. You can't give up a 4-run lead like that. Cecilia! Salute to Cecilia. Thank you so much for joining. I don't understand. I left the game to make macaroni salad. Yankees were up 4. I'm pissed. My Dodgers lost and my Yankees lost. They both choked. How are we going to meet up again in the World Series? I'll salute to you, Cecilia. They broke our hearts, Cecilia. I mean, what was that? I mean, as you say, it was 8-4. I was confident. I was watching the game all the way up until the Knicks game started. And, Knicks are up 8-4. Yankees are up 8-4. I was like, we got this. We got this. Turned it off. 5 minutes later, I find out that we completely blew it. Couldn't believe it. But then I found out that Williams was closing, and then I knew that what was going to happen because it's bound to happen. This guy stinks in April, but he kind of has a stinky attitude. Jacob, once he started the downfall, yeah, what was that throw? He launched that. He launched that into the stands. That's one of the worst plays I've seen in a while. Happy Easter salute. Yeah, happy Easter to you, John the Beagle Dad. Happy Easter. I'm not ready to give up Uncle Ben's rice. We love Uncle Ben's rice. They took him out of the game by hitting him repeatedly. I hope he's okay. Honestly, what a weird inning that was. We got D Train in the chat. This is the first time I've seen D Train in the chat in a while. Wasn't even a closing situation. He still managed to give the game away. I get Cabrera made the error, but a 4-run lead with only 3 outs to get should be more than enough. Exactly. You got the first out. And what concerns me is the fact that he allowed the game to get blown after the Cabrera error. Cabrera launched it in the stands, and then that was enough for Williams to completely lose it. But you know what's worse? Williams is not missing any bats whatsoever. He is missing nothing. I rewatched that inning, and I was taking notes, and I was like, he's missing nothing. His four-seam fastball is sitting up in the top of the zone, and it's missing nothing. His changeup, which is supposed to be his airbender, which is supposed to be this elite pitch, which I've not seen yet this year, it's missing nothing. I'm worried about that. I really am. What is up to Stevie B in the chat? Good to see Stevie B. How are you? Everybody that's celebrating Easter, happy Easter. For those that are celebrating Passover, happy Passover. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I just wanted to hop on and do a quick stream to talk about whether you guys are as concerned about Williams as I am. Because the Yankees should have won 6 straight. I've been so happy with the Yankees, man. I've been really proud of them. They've kind of played above expectations. They're making up for the fact that they're getting no length from their starters. And I think Boone's managed great. I think our young guys have been great. I think Goldschmidt's been excellent. Aaron Judge has just been on another level. There's so much to be happy about. You know, we got Dreamweaver in the bullpen. He's been great. But Williams is a problem. I'm good, Donald. Luke Weaver is my closer. Yes. I've seen enough. Weaver's my closer too. Okay, Cecilia, what is she saying here? I bleed blue because I was born in LA, but my grandfather was from New York City. He used to take me to Yankee games when I would visit. So, yes, I was torn, but honestly, I was glad with the end result. Well, I'm happy for you, Cecilia. That's pretty cool. Boone really frustrates me. I think Boone, listen, I've never been the biggest Boone fan, but I've been pretty happy with him this year. This is not the easiest team to manage, and he's kind of managing it fairly flawlessly. He passed the game off to his closer. It's up to his closer to close the game. You can't do it. That's on the closer. But I'm really not loving my man Williams' attitude. I mean, let's start with the fact that before a pitch was thrown, he goes to the owner demanding a change in this beard policy, right? Now, I agree with the beard policy change, but it's a little weird that someone who's not been in the building 5 minutes is focused on that rather than ensuring that he, dominates on the mound. That was something that was a little bit of a red flag to me, okay? I didn't make a deal out of it at the time. I wanted to see how he pitched. But now that I'm seeing how he pitched, I'm seeing that I don't think he's locked in. So I didn't like that. He looks a little scruffy. I wouldn't mind shaving that beard, to be honest. But more importantly, I don't like his lax attitude. Did you guys catch his interview in the postgame? Because I felt that he came across pretty, I don't know. I didn't like it. Like, he was asked. Now, I don't want to give the audio in case we get demonetized. The YouTube are really strict with these things. So I'll just try and recite it. But basically, the interview was, he was asked a question. He was like, are you concerned that the metrics on your changeup is down right now? And Williams just looked at the guy kind of like mean. He just kind of stared at him down and went, "What do you mean?" Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It means the metrics on your changeup is down. So the guy was like, well, your whiff rate is down on the changeup, and there's not any swing and misses on your changeup. Yeah, well, hmm, hmm. Honestly, he looked disinterested. He looked disinterested. His answers sucked. Like, he's not taking any accountability. He's like, oh, maybe I'm just throwing the changeup a little bit too much, if anything. But there's no account for the fact that you're every time you throw your fourth seam fastball is getting hit. So, I mean, why is the metrics down on your changeup? I just think that he comes across a little bit too nonchalant. He's not taking any ownership for any of his bad outings so far. He's just like, oh, maybe just one pitch I'd maybe have. He just looks disinterested. He's just too, I don't know. It's like he's like Ritalin right now. He just looks, and it's complete contrast to Dreamweaver, who's all energy. He's all like, oh, he always balls out on the mound. He's just all energy. He throws a freaking 97-mile-an-hour fastball, swing and miss, and he's like, he's fist pumping on the mound. He's, that's energy. That's the kind of energy that you want, especially as a closer. And then you go Williams coming in. He just looks like he looks bored. I just don't like the vibes that he gives off, and I really hate the vibes that he gives off in his interviews. I don't know if anyone else is picking up on the vibes that he's giving in his interviews, but he's coming across kind of like he's got a bit of a nasty attitude, and I don't like that attitude one bit. I don't like his demeanor on the mound one bit. I really don't like his demeanor on the mound. And I can live with his poor demeanor on the mound if his stuff was better, but his stuff is so average. I'm amazed that this is what we're getting. I'm amazed that this guy has somehow been the best closer in baseball at one point, because he's got such an average fastball, it can't even be understated. It's just a 93, 94-mile-an-hour fastball that just sits in the top of the zone. He's got nothing. And his changeup is apparently this revolutionary pitch, and it's awful this year. D-Train, he's got a bit of analysis for us, and I think he's spot on here. Hitters are just sitting on his fastball and laying off the changeup because he can't throw it for strikes. Amen. It's all about location, really. Absolutely spot on. Williams needs to be demoted until he gets his butt in gear. He needs to bring a cut fastball. Jonathan says Weaver should close. Got Nez in the chat. This is the first time I've seen Nez in the chat. This is great. And Williams needs to shave till he proves he can close for the Yankees. I agree, man. Like, I don't know. I don't like the energy. Does anybody else like getting a bit of a weird vibe from him? It just feels like he doesn't want to be here. That's the vibe that he gives off. And I can't shake it. I can't shake it. The reason why it feels like he doesn't want to be here is he basically demanded a change in a facial hair policy which existed for about 40 years. And credit to Hal Steinbrenner, he listened to his player and he tried to make him happy, make him comfortable. So, okay, well, you need to then uphold your end of the bargain. And he's not upholding his end of the bargain. He looks awful on the mound. And afterwards, I would just love a little bit of accountability from him. I would just love him to go, that's on me. I blew this. I let my teammates down. I feel really bad. And don't worry, I am going to come out stronger next time, and I'm going to work on this. I'm not going to let my teammates down. It's a horrible feeling. We should have won that game, and I let them down. That's all I need to see from my closer. A little bit of accountability, and an apology, and to get back out there. That's all I really ask. And he doesn't do it. He's just bored. He sounds bored. What is that attitude? I watched the Yes post game. I was like, who is this guy? Why has he got such a nasty ass attitude? Like, it just doesn't look like he wants to be in New York. And I don't know if he can handle the media, because the media didn't even ask him any challenging questions. The only question that was even remotely like difficult, quote unquote, was why is the metrics on your changeup down? That's a pretty much, I mean, that's a pretty standard question to ask when the metrics on your changeup is down. And he got his back up. He was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You moron! The metrics on your changeup is terrible. In fact, I can remind you if you want. Like, what is going on?" But let's see what else we've got in the chat. Volpe was exposed this series. High fastball is his kryptonite. Yeah, we'll get into that. That's a very good point. Lou, he didn't seem to want to be traded here to begin with. That's a great point. I'm starting to get that vibe from too, Lou. The NL seems to be where everyone wants to play. Yeah. I'm just getting weird vibes, and I can't shake it. It's just I feel it in my gut. I don't like his demeanor on the mound. He doesn't give off an air of confidence. He doesn't look confident as to where he's throwing the ball. And no John the Beagle Dad. I'm getting great team chemistry vibes, but I'm not getting good team chemistry vibes from him. I'm getting team chemistry vibes from everybody, just not him. And that's what I'm pinpointing. I don't know if you guys agree. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I'm not saying it's fact. I'm just saying that that's the vibe that I'm getting. I just don't like his demeanor on the mound, and I really don't like the way he talks afterwards. Williams needs to be demoted. Let him work on things, not closing. Yeah, maybe take the pressure off him. Maybe give him a couple of easy eighth innings. I would love to see Dreamweaver close now. Like I'm ready for that. I think. CT Cards. Hey, sorry I'm late. No, not at all, man. Thank you so much for joining. I know this is a bit of a late night stream, and it was a bit of a last minute one, but I couldn't let Dan Williams away that easy by waiting till Monday. We got to write this and talk about this immediately, because there's some things that we need to immediately break down here with this guy. But give me your thoughts. I mean, do you think that? I mean, it's a big move, but do you think he should be demoted and give Dreamweaver the closing job? Luke Weaver, his numbers have been amazing so far. He's got a 0.000 ERA, 2 saves already, 13 strikeouts in 11 innings. I mean, he's just phenomenal, man. That's who you want. I want Luke as my closer. That's it. I'm good with that. Let's get the Baseball Savant page up. Let's have a look. Let's give an update there. Look at this. This is Luke Weaver. This is my closer. This is my closer. It doesn't matter what he wears on his face. He just throws good pitches. Look at this. Pitching run value, 94th percentile. Everything's cooking. Expected batting average, 90th percentile. Expected ERA, 96th percentile. This is what I'm talking about. Barrel percentage, 90th percent. Nobody can barrel up on him. It's a no-brainer. This is the guy you want. This is the guy you want. Let's see what else that we can deem from these numbers. Look at this. Expected batting average on his cutter, 0.25. It's amazing. 155 expected batting average on his changeup. Four-seamer just 134 expected batting average. A 0.67 slug on his fastball. Nobody can catch up to his fastball. He's getting a 45% whiff rate on his changeup. 22% whiff rate on that four-seamer. 30% whiff rate on the cutter. Everything's cooking. How about a 0 slug on his cutter? What is happening here? This is amazing numbers. This is amazing numbers. That's freaking mind-blowing numbers. Can we just extend him now, please? Can we just stop the bullshit and just get him extended? Like, real talk. John the Beagle Dad, put Luke in as closer. Yes, Weaver to close. Those numbers are stupendous. So there you go. That's the Dreamweaver right there, guys. Look at that. Off-spin run value, 92 percentile. Fastball run value, 91. Pitching run value, 94th percentile. That's just beautiful. Oh, just gorgeous. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, let's look at Williams. Let's look at this dude. Look at this. What is this? What is this? What is this? Pitching run value, below average. Fastball run value, 17th percentile. Poor. Expected ERA, 10th percentile. Walking far too many guys, 6th percentile. Barrel percentage, 10th percentile. Basically, everybody's barreling up on the ball. Gives up far too many ground balls. Everyone's barreling up on him. He walks far too many people. He's not striking anybody out. He's not getting any whiff. He's not getting any chase. And his ERA is through the roof. I mean, that's disgusting. Let's take it a step further. 0-1 with a 9 ERA. Ugh. That is just miserable. But let's look at these metrics on his changeup and his four-seamer. So he's a two-pitch pitcher. It's not good. There's not really much to be happy about here. Right, here we go. So a slug of almost 500 on his four-seamer. So that means they're just basically sitting on that fastball. Batting average of 364 on his miserable fastball. That's a problem. So basically, they've now figured it out. I'm wondering if he's tipping his pitches because they figured out when he's throwing his changeup because they're laying off the changeup and they're sitting fastball and they're batting 364 on that fastball. That's what's happening right now. It's not good. I mean, they're not getting any real batting average on his changeup, so that's one thing. It's not much of a slug on the changeup, so that's all positive. It's also there's not any swing and miss on the changeup either, so it's like they're still making a lot of contact on him. All in all, really bad, really really bad. So that's what I'm getting out of this situation. Donald, seems like analytics says demote him. I know it's April, and Aaron Judge jumped to his defense, and I mean I don't disagree with Aaron Boone kind of jumping to his defense. I think he kind of has to. Aaron Judge on Devin Williams. We went out and got him for a reason. He's the best closer in the game. False. We got a long season. That's true. This guy's going to save a lot of ball games for us and help us out. I'm not worried at all. He knows what he needs to do. He'll go out there. He'll figure it out. Everybody in this room, we want him coming out of the bullpen, especially the tight game. That's who we want on the mound. Nobody in here is worried. He's gonna get the job done. I'm not gonna go after Cap for that. I'm not gonna go after Aaron Judge for that because he's trying to motivate his guy. He's trying to give him confidence. He's trying to, take the pressure off him by saying, "Oh no, we all believe in him. He's gonna come through. We all love him." Blah 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 blah. He's doing what is to be expected. I just don't think that's the real world. I think there's a problem. In fact, I know there's a problem because if they're sitting fastball, because he only throws 2 pitches, they're laying off the changeup, sitting fastball, and they're hitting almost 400 on that fastball, and that's a problem. And his changeup isn't missing any bats either. That's also a problem. Williams' attitude feels like a problem. I don't like his demeanor on the mound, and I don't like what he says afterwards. He just seems a little miserable. And that's a shame because I'll tell you what, the vibes for the rest of this team look really good. D-Train says he can't throw it for strikes consistently. What makes Weaver so good is that he can locate both his pitches very well. You can't sit on any of his pitches. That's a great point, man. As I pointed out, what about those numbers on that fastball? They can't touch his fastball at all. There's like a 0 slug on his fastball. He is swinging and missing on that fastball. His cut fastball is working. Everything's working for Weaver. I think he needs to be the closer. CBB says, traded before his value gets any lower. I don't know, man. I have confidence in Weaver, not Devin Williams. I have no confidence in Devin Williams right now. I thought Weaver secured the closer spot, dang it. Yeah. What's that saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Weaver was like an immense closer in October. Maybe we should have just stuck with that because it wasn't broken. But in hindsight, I was very excited about the Williams deal. I really was. Like Nestor Cortez for Williams is a steal. I'm not going to say that I didn't think it was a steal of a trade. It is a steal of a trade. So you're trading a number 4, number 5 starter for who was at the time rated as the best closer in baseball. I mean, that's a no-brainer of a trade. It's a great trade. And also the money was an absolute wash. So that's a great, great trade. It just hasn't worked. Now, it's interesting because Joel Sherman did say that he did hear around the league that there was some concerns about Williams in New York. He spoke to some people in the National League, and they expressed skepticism about how Williams would handle New York. So far, that's entirely justified. That skepticism looks entirely justified. There's concerns that he tips his pitches. That has been a known concern with him. I don't know if he's tipping his pitches now, but that has been a concern with him in the past, in October. So he's well known to struggle in cold weather, which is not ideal in New York. I just don't know how happy he is to be a Yankee, man. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure about it. I just get weird vibes that maybe he's just not up for it. And I can't shake that there's just something not right. I don't like his attitude, even more than I don't like that 9 ERA. I really don't like that. But I mean, I still think he's going to turn it around to some extent, but I'm sure he's going to go on a run to some extent, and I'm sure for a little while we're going to be like, oh, see what's the problem? He's looking great, but I can't shake that. I don't know if he can handle a big moment. It just doesn't look like it. I don't think he's got it. I mean, he's not good in the playoffs either. We know about what Pete Alonso did to him. He struggled in the postseason in 2023. He struggled in the postseason in 2024. So he does struggle in the postseason. That is well known. 27 ERA in 2023, 21 ERA in 2024 in the postseason. That's not ideal. So I have concerns. I have real concerns about Williams. I think we've got a real problem here. Clay Williams. And I'm just being real here because I gave Clay Holmes a really hard time. But I'll tell you what, I think Williams looks worse. Williams looks worse. At least Clay Holmes' sinker never was an issue. It was always good. It was just whether he could locate it. His turbo sinker, as long as he could locate it, was pretty much unhittable. We are not seeing the same level of dominance on the mound. And I couldn't stand Clay Holmes. Couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand him. But I think Williams looks worse. And that's terrifying to me. Oh. What a shame, though, man, because we should have won 6 straight. So it's not that I want to be negative. I feel pretty good about this team. I do. I think a lot of these guys have been great. Ben Rice looks amazing. Dominguez looks great. Weaver looks great. Goldschmidt looks great. What about Goldschmidt? So there's still a lot to be pretty excited about. This team's kind of been hot lately, and I feel pretty good about where the Yankees are at. I just don't feel too good about Williams. He settled us with another freaking Stroman. I know. You don't get any luck with closers, man. It's like the curse of Mo. It's like ever since Mo left, we've just not had any luck at closer. None whatsoever. Aroldis Chapman. Disaster. Absolute disaster. Cataclysmic disaster. Move on. Clay Holmes. Chaos with Clay Holmes. We move on from him. Williams. And Williams is worse than Clay Holmes. Hey, what is going on? What is going on with our closer situation? No, we're not trading Williams. It's not realistic. Unless we're out of the playoffs. That's not going to happen. What kind of a look would that be as well? If the guy changes our facial hair policy and then gets traded mid-season, that would be something else. D-Train, those hit by pitch on Rice seemed intentional. Hit twice by two separate pitchers seems questionable to me. That's where I would love. I'm not saying that it was deliberate, but I'm also not saying that they're too upset that they hit him, if you know what I'm saying. So this is where you kind of miss like a mentality of a CC Sabathia and a Roger Clemens. That's where you miss those kind of ballers, you know? Boomer Wells, those kind of guys. Just to kind of throw a little bit of chin music, you know? Maybe throw a fastball on their ass just to make them feel it a little bit. That's the kind of law that we used to get back in the day, just to kind of equalize things a little bit, you know? If you continue to hit our best player, our hottest player right now, then I'll hit your next guy in the ass. That's the kind of law that there used to be. And I like that. And I think that's how it used to be. But I know times have changed now, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a return on that, you know? Not saying hurt the guy, just, you know, throw a fastball in someone's ass just to remind them that they're in a game with the Yankees. So I do tend to agree, D-Train, that although I don't think it was intentional, I also don't think that they were too upset that it happened either. Jonathan's right. There are no CCs in baseball anymore. Yeah, and that's to baseball's detriment. You want more of this types of guys like CC. You really do. But he's a once. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. He's once a generation. Right. Let's talk a little bit. Cecilia says, Donald, you should live stream the games, play-by-play action. I know you can't show us the game, but I think you do great. Hey, if you guys want to see me do play-by-play, I'd be happy to do it. We can set up a Saturday and do a stream, so we can talk about that. I'm definitely up for that. I do love calling games, so that's not a problem. Thank you, Cecilia. I really appreciate the kind words. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Okay. Stevie B asks, Donald, so with the Bonehead move, what's your current Boone rating for this series? Not that low. I have to say, not that low. I mean, when you have an 8-4 lead, you won the game before. You had an 8-4 lead to your closer. It's on the closer. If he fucks it up, that's on the closer. I can't really hate on Boone too much for that. But maybe I'm just giving him a bit of a break right now. But I think most of my concerns are pretty much on Williams right now. CBB says, Donald, we need more open panels. Yeah, but to be fair, me and Rob did an open panel, and there wasn't too many people that showed up. So we need to get a time where we get more people wanting to hop on. I think we only had like 2 people want to hop on. So we'll sort that out for sure. But I mean, I'm pretty much open to any suggestions. If you guys want to see more Yankified, you guys want to see more live streams and play-by-play and all that stuff, I'll be happy to do it, man. Um, I love watching the Yankees, so yeah, it's never going to be a problem for me. Jonathan says you need to do an evening open panel. That's a good point. That is a good point. I think they were trying to work around everybody's schedule, and at that time it was an afternoon thing. I like these rants to vent. I do too. I love calling it straight. So yeah, it's never going to be a problem for me. Um, if someone pisses me off, then they're going to have it. CT says open panel for sure. Right. Well, we'll get that sorted. I love all the suggestions. Really do appreciate uh, everyone that takes the time to to watch us. Really means the world to all of us. Who else we got in the chat here? Jacob apologizes for ruining my day. My day's fine, man. The Knicks won. They're 1-0 up in the series, and the Yankees are doing fine. It's just I have to call out Mr. Williams here because I don't like that energy that he's bringing. 01 in the chat. Good to see 01 in the chat. Um, what else do we got here? There was somebody that actually wanted to talk a little bit about Anthony Volpe. Ness in the chat. Yes, Volpe was exposed this series. High fastball is his kryptonite. That is a concern. Paul O'Neill was one that kind of brought it to my attention, and I've certainly kind of been studying up on the film on that, and it's true. Volpe cannot square up on the fastball. If you just locate a fastball with him, he's missing it. D-Train is more concerned with Volpe right now. The inability to catch up to a fastball right down the middle is really bad. Isn't it concerning? But I've never been a big Volpe fan because I've never felt that he had particularly good upside as a hitter. Defensively, absolutely, but offensively, um, I've never really rated him that highly. Um, Having said that, 4 home runs and 15 RBIs and a 703 OPS is actually better than my expectations with him. However, 26 strikeouts is ridiculous. That's not even funny. Jazz Chisholm has 29 strikeouts and Volpe has 26. I mean, that's wild to me. That's wild to me. I'm going to bring up the stats because we can have a quick look at the stats. I'm a big stat guy. I like to look at the stats. It gives you a pretty good indication of where we are with things. So here we at. Jazz Chisholm, 29 strikeouts, 165 batting average. He doesn't get on base whatsoever, 26% of the time. That's not good. There we go. However, the slug's right there. His slug's good. Volpe, that's a lot of strikeouts, man. That's a lot of strikeouts. 26 is a lot of strikeouts. 197 batting average, which is actually what I predicted his batting average would be this year. 295 OBP, really bad. But his OPS is pretty good. So his slug is kind of there. His numbers are actually very similar to Jazz Chisholm, but Chisholm has a little bit more power. He's got 6 homers to Volpe's 4. So even though his numbers are pretty bad, the strikeouts are ridiculous. He's actually been kind of surprising me on offense. He's been a little bit better than I expected, even though not great. So one person we're not talking about and seems to be getting away with let's say murder, Cody Bellinger. What is this OPS? 506? Like, what is that? 175 batting average? What is that? How about an on-base percentage worse than Jazz Chisholm and Anthony Volpe? I think Bellinger's getting away with murder right now. 1 home run in 63 at-bats? And by the way, 19 strikeouts? That isn't too freaking pretty either. I think that for some reason, I think it's probably a lot to do with the fact that Bellinger had such a good spring and he looked pretty good for like the first like 2 days of the regular season, and his defense is good. But I'm sorry, he looks horrible offensively. Just 6 walks, 19 strikeouts. That's a horrible metric. Jazz Chisholm, 8 walks, 29. I can't even say that. That's ridiculous. At least Volpe gets double figures of walks, but that's not good, man. 6 walks, 19 strikeouts. That means you're not even seeing the strike zone. That's a problem for me. He's got the worst OPS on the team, right? Yes, he does. And it's not even close. Like, the next worst is Wells, and it's almost 200 points better than Bellinger. That's a problem. 506 is not even remotely acceptable. I know that he's had a bit of food poisoning. So is Austin Wells, by the way. And he's considerably better. So I think we're giving too much of a break to Cody Bellinger. Like, who gives a F about spring? I know his spring was great, but the time to start hitting is now. And he's not hitting. And what about his at-bat in the 10th inning? He swung at 2 pitches in the 10th inning that should have given us the lead because there was runners on the corners, right? Runners on the corners, 1 out. Bellinger was up. And he swung at 2 pitches for strike 2 and strike 3 that were about, this far outside the strike zone? About that? Minimum of that? Maybe even that? And he also looks stoned. Like, he looks like that. He looks like that J.R. Smith meme when he was at Cleveland Cavs. Like, he's like, dude, what is going on? What is going on? What are you swinging at? So I'm not even happy with him. Make Grisham the everyday player right now. Ride that hot streak until Bellinger gets it together. Now, Cecilia has a pretty good insight on Bellinger, considering she watched him in LA a lot. So, Cecilia, give me your thoughts on Belly, because you got a good insight on him. Belly looks like he should be the 4th outfielder right now. Stevie B's got a bit of faith in him. Bellinger back and forth. Food poisoning didn't help him. It's fair. His defense has been great. At least his defense is showing up. Oh, Uncle T in the chat. Smack that like button for our brother Donald. I had to start pulling my weight around here and do another Yankified because Taz on Saturdays messaged me going, "You got any Yankifieds coming up?" So I couldn't let him down this time. Thank you, Uncle T, for watching, man. I hope you're having a good weekend. Happy Easter. Look after that family. Peace and love, brother. Look forward to seeing you on Monday. But yeah, let's listen to Uncle Tats. Hit that like button for me. I've been disappointed with Bellinger. I didn't like that at bat in the 10th inning. Like, you need to be better. It just looked like he was swinging completely blind there. Runners in the corners and 1 out. That's game on the line right there. John the Beagle Dad. I think he's contacting Uncle Tats here. Sent you a pop date in Discord. All right. There you go, everybody. You could have just DM'd Uncle Tats for that, brother. But okay. If Peraza had a real chance, we'd be in a better spot. Yes, I know Peraza's tricky, but not as bad as Volpe. Dude, Peraza's my boy. I love me Peraza. I love me some Peraza. I know he can't hit, but his defense is just freaking. He's a wizard defensively. All right, here we go. Belly was so clutch for my Dodgers. I can't figure it out. Maybe he needs time to adjust in New York City. Also, consistency in the batting order may help. That's a good point. He is a little bit all over the joint. My opinion right now is I would be riding Grisham's hot hand. I know the Yankees don't believe in hot. I know they don't believe in any of that stuff because there's not a metric for hot. But I think that it's a real thing. Anyone who's watched baseball for a long time would tell you. Anyone that's played the game would tell you. A-Rod sworn by it. When you're hot, you want to be in the lineup every day. Now, to Boone's credit, at least he's doing that more with Grisham. He didn't do it enough last year to get Grisham at bats. He's doing it this year. Grisham looks fantastic. He's doing everything you could possibly ask for. His defense is ridiculous in center field, like a wizard in center. And offensively, he's been awesome. So for me, Grisham needs to be the everyday center fielder. And yeah, sit Bellinger for a couple of days. Sit him. Get him. See if we can figure it out. Get a little bit of rest. Uncle Tats has a suggestion here. Bellinger needs a full series of part-time to get some rest after the food poisoning. Yeah, we're maybe making a little bit of this food poisoning thing because Austin Wells had food poisoning yesterday and he was back for today. So I'm not sure whether this food poisoning was a while ago. He should be able to hit by now. So I think it's a little deeper than that. I think it's just the fact that he's just not been very good. And I think we go overexcited about his spring training. Why is the Yankees always getting food poisoning? It's a great question. Like, what is their diet on the road? I want to know what this Yankee diet is. My God. Are they like eating off the floor in Chipotle? Like, what is happening? Like, why is everybody getting food poisoning on the road? What are they doing? Jeez. Are they dumpster diving outside KFC? Like, what is happening? How is everybody getting food poisoning? Like, what is their diet? What is their diet? That's what I want to know. You're talking about premier sportsmen that have the best chefs and you've got the best money thrown into your medical staff to put guys in the best positions to succeed. And we have 2 guys now within a month getting food poisoning. How does that happen? I mean, they need to be better than that. Like they need to watch their diet. What's going on here? What is going on here? Are they eating fried cow's ass at night? Like, what is happening? How is everybody getting food poisoning? Please, could the Yankees please sit these guys down and go, yeah, could you please just eat from trusted food outlets? Stay away from the fast food for now. Oh my God. Cecilia, sorry, chap. I need to head down here to make some deviled eggs. It's beautiful. Happy Easter to everyone. And Donald, I hope you do start some live game broadcasts. Well, it's been a joy to talk to you, Cecilia. Have a happy Easter to you and your family. Look forward to speak to you again soon. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll take you up on that. I think it would be fun to do some live game broadcasts too. Absolutely. Uncle Tat says some kind words for her too. Stay tuned for live game shows. Absolutely. Thank you so much for checking us out. Crazy. But it's not all negative, guys, because although I'm reading out the bad stats, there's some really good stats too. I have to remember that this team has been in a winning streak, and it should have been 6 straight games. What about Mr. Aaron Judge? 25 RBIs already, 7 home runs, almost a 400 batting average, 500 on base percent. 500. That means 505. That means that he's on base officially more than he's not. That's insane. 505 on base percentage is just ridiculous. That's not even human. 1200 OPS, slug of almost 800. This man is not human. Aaron Judge has just been mind-blowing to me. Grisham's been fabulous. 326 batting average, 400 on base percentage, 1000 OPS. Get him on the field every day. It's just not right. Bellinger has 63 at-bats. Grisham has 46. I want Grisham to have as many at-bats as Bellinger. Because look at the difference. Bellinger has 1 home run in 63 at-bats. Grisham has 5 home runs and 46 at-bats. It's not even a question. And he has more RBIs. And he doesn't strike out. He only has 8 strikeouts. Bellinger's 19. Bellinger has been a problem, and he's getting away with it. Obviously, Ben Rice is a superstar. 600 slug is stupid. And 1000 OPS, remarkable. He's been terrific. Paul Goldschmidt has been a great signing. Would like a little bit more power from him, but his OPS is right there, 880. And 400 on base, 360 batting average. There's a lot to be happy about. Judge is on a career year. Yeah, he is the trajectory of like growth, Mantle, absolutely. So there's a lot to be positive about. I still think Aaron Boone's managing this team very, very well. It's not an easy team to manage because he's only got one consistent starter. Although Rodon had a great start, so that's a positive sign. So there is good signs here. I just wanted to pinpoint Williams because I think that he is the only one that's not pulling his weight. Everybody in this team are pulling their weight right now. Everybody. Except Williams. Even Volpe, despite his problems with the fastball, has been excellent at shortstop. So I'm not even hating on him too much. But it's really Williams for me. D-Train, Judge, Grisham, Rice, and Goldie are our best players right now. No, there's no question. Those guys are running away with it. They have been remarkable. I like the energy that they're all given. I like the energy that our young guys are given. It's a young team. They're locked in. We should have won 6 straight. And we'd probably have a couple more wins if Williams was not the closer. Just Williams has been awful. John loves the infield. I love Goldschmidt at first base. He is a remarkable first baseman. Like, absolutely brilliant first baseman. so much to like about the way he plays first. He's been great. Volpe, his strength is definitely improved. I can definitely tell. There's a little bit more pop coming out. He's throwing the ball harder and better. His range is right there too. So Volpe's been good at shortstop. Jazz is awesome at second. Jason Custodio, good to see Jason in the chat. Goldschmidt has been a godsend, hasn't he? He really has. Stevie B, Goldschmidt having a very solid year. Guy's a Hall of Famer. He is. He's an absolute lock to be in the Hall of Fame. And shout out, and I'm glad to be wrong. I mean, listen, Goldschmidt was always one of my favorite players in the league. I just was worried about that age. I thought that at 38, you're bound to decline. He struggled last year. No, he just needed. Looks like he just needed a change of scenery, and he is back. And his defense is great. His clutch hitting's awesome. His at bats are brilliant. He's just great. So the Goldschmidt signing was a godsend. I always felt that you would have one good year between Goldschmidt and Bellinger. I thought it was going to be Bellinger. I think it's going to be Goldschmidt. I think Goldschmidt's going to be the guy this year. And I think Bellinger might not be who we hoped. I know it's early, but those numbers are garbage. But he looks great defensively, but his offensive numbers look garbage. Anyone would be better than Rizzo. But we're getting, that's true. We do need a little bit more power. Even Goldschmidt only has the one home run so far. I'd like to see a little bit more power from him. But D-Train is concerned about Volpe. The Volpe situation is a bit scary right now. Typically, young players excel at hitting fastballs and struggle more with off-speed and breaking stuff. That's a great point. It's never a good sign if you can't square up to the fastball, because that was when we learned that Gary Sanchez did not have a future with the Yankees, was when he couldn't catch up to like 92, 91 mile-an-hour fastballs right down the middle of the plate. And that's what we're seeing from Anthony Volpe. And that's a problem. That is a problem. So we have to pay attention to that. But as long as everybody else is hitting, then it's not that much of an issue. But I've never thought that Volpe had that high of an upside offensively anyway. So this is not a surprise to me, but obviously the fastball is a problem for his long-term career at short. But everybody else has been great. And it's fair, man. The guy's been awesome. I'm loving Goldschmidt. He could even possibly be an all-star this year if he keeps up these numbers. So there's a lot to be happy about, but I'm concerned about Williams. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out on Williams. I think he's gonna go on a run where he's gonna be a little better. But I'll tell you what, long term, over the course of the season, I think he's a problem. I don't like his demeanor on the mound, and I think we're actually almost at the stage now where we should give Weaver the closer job. But that is me for tonight. I do thank everybody that joined me in the chat. Big salute, Uncle Tats. Look forward to being there on Monday to break it all down with you for Donald's Awards. It's going to be fun with Rubinho and Uncle Tats. Thank you, everybody, for staying up late with me talking about the Yanks. Much love. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Happy holidays. All those things. Good night, and see you on the next stream.